Baldur's Gate lies ahead. We just need to avoid an army, the remnants of the curse, and whatever else wants to eat us alive.
Could have tossed me back in the shadows. One of us. No face left behind. I'm glad that's still the case.
Just tell me what you need. Lady, light your way. Just tell me what you need. Lady, light your way.
Curse this heart of mine.
The way is clear. The light has shown the way.
Then again, these towers are much like the Absolute. Flash. No substance.
Thousand days of darkness on the Iron Hands for dragging him into this.
The stone says it is one floor down to the left. You are welcome.
The stonework is sublime. It's almost a shade of Christmas.
Go home, Marcus, he says. Ha! Curse this heart of mine.
The way is clear. Light has shown the way.
Then again, these towers are much like the Absolute. No flash, no substance.
A thousand days of darkness on the Iron Hands for dragging him into...
There you are. I was wondering where the devil you'd been. Who? Oh, right. Well, forget about that, McGungus. We have more important things to worry about. Like Wulbrin. Wulbrin and the Iron Hand gnomes are planning something dreadful in the city. They have room powder, they have motive. We have to stop them. Because they're a gaggle of vindictive crybabies with no sense of propriety. That is to say, they gabbed about their plans like geese, and I overheard them. Like a very devious goose. With the sword of justice in one hand and the shield of self-righteousness in the other, we most certainly will. To saving the city. And my fool of a friend.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey.
Moonrise has been cleansed. Baldur's Gate is next.
Blissful silence. The stone's at peace.
Just tell me what you need.
How does the stone read?
The way is clear. The light has shown the way.
Good. The sooner...
Helm's blessings upon... Like you're blind. Once you're dead, how'd you survive it? Nathaniel. I had to look after him. Without him, I wouldn't have lasted. I swear.
swear. The stonework is sublime. It's almost a shame to leave this place. I owe you an apology. I saw you as a means to escape, nothing more. But when the sky lit up, when I followed it here, I knew you were behind it. I apologize for not seeing your true worth, and for being, quite frankly, rude in Last Light. I wasn't sure you would. I appreciate it. And that's precisely why I want you by my side in Baldur's Gate. The Iron Hand gnomes are going to save the city, and you can be part of it. My plan is what it's always been. To bring the work and innovations of the Iron Hand gnomes to every corner of the realm. Problem is, Baldur's Gate is sick. Once the pinnacle of greatness, it's eating itself alive to save itself from starving. Find me in the city. And once you see what it's become, you'll know that I, and I alone, can stop it. Bring every...
Of the Absolute alive. Thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies. You have the makings of a leader. Your actions have already inspired those around you. Jaheira's wisdom will be an asset to you on the journey ahead. Her Harper's too. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times of need. But if we are to succeed, we will need others. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
We need to get back to the city before those monsters do. Baldur's Gate is my home. I have to protect it.
Baldur's Gate as well. Can't believe there are mind flayers targeting Baldur's Gate. We can't let them gain a foothold.
Safe return to the city. We'll see you there, Helmling.
Troops ready?
Ready enough?
Gods, I can't wait to be back alone.
road to Baldur's Gate is up ahead. No turning back once we start down that road.
Dark justiciars who fell long ago in service of Shah and Ketheric Thorm.
The Shadow Curse will soon be forgotten, thanks to us. The Absolute's armies are on the march, and Baldur's Gate is their target.
The curse has been lifted, the land's cleansed of the shadows. Ketheric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir. Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the Prism Bearers to kill Ketherick. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away. Shadowheart has found a little bit of herself again. Seluna cannot take all of the credit. She may have lit the way, but it is the cleric who took this step. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? I've passed enough years that counting them is a waste of what remains. Which is to say, yes, I am that old. Ask it. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. I believe you. You remind me of another I knew, marked by forces beyond their control. The gods can grant power or strip it away, but so long as your will remains, you have the only weapon you need. One final night in the open air. Ask it. It was... there. Have I fulfilled my role? Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best.
Almost pleasant traveling with company. If you ignore all the less pleasant aspects. Fine. What's on your mind?
Taken from the light to be raised in darkness. The truth is finally dawning. Shadowheart can follow its light, or she can retreat back into dusk. I think that unknowable... I can't say I'm not curious. But once you've taken a lithid... All right. What else is on your mind?
How can I assist? I'm listening. You are Jacques Vonashdu, source of my bruises. I had the audacity to invite a man of your talents to strike me. You had the courage to stand against me, unflinching. In so doing, you made yourself my possession and my obsession.
Poor Shadowheart. She's been jerked around so much. I want to believe the gods keep this world balanced, but sometimes I wonder. You saw the extent of Flo's friendship. She'll lend you a hand, long as she can crush your spirit while she's at it. I knew never to let my guard down around her. She always made me laugh, even when I least wanted to. If she'd been completely different from who she was, we might have been real friends. Nothing worth reading. Cambion manipulation at its most obvious. I guess she did. Much as it makes me want to puke to admit it. Devils, you know. Fucking devils. They really screw with you, don't they?
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Painful truths have been thrust upon Shadowheart. I believe she is strong enough to endure, but her path will be easier with our support. Only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm, but on the far end of the battle lines from where I fought. And in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some to safety, but never learned of her fate. I'm glad to hear she survived. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her, no doubt. There is much to admire, judging by the stories. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. Defended the Grove, Korga, the Shadow Druids. At least now we can benefit from her presence, and perhaps work to a common goal. What would you like to know? It was Thaniel. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I am? Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now. It's a natural question, but I don't have a good answer, I'm afraid. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what's up. You're not a doppelganger, are you? Trying to study, save for me? My line perished a long time ago. It was a long time ago. The wounds don't heal, but they become more bearable. I'm 350 years old. Of course there have been lovers. Just because I love nature doesn't mean I'm betrothed to it. Though sometimes... Right now, I bed down alone, I'm afraid. Perhaps one... Well, I didn't pick this scar up in battle. I was in... I know. Well-trodden territory. Ornaments, utensils, and ducks. I like ducks. I like what I like. Once you get to my... Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've something better than carving wooden ducks. Well, they are fierce creatures from what I understand, but as long... Anytime. given the circumstances, you're faring as well as can be expected, I suppose.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you. Yes, fun. Ooh, more.
I was supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the Absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could have gone through with it, in truth. And I'm glad that I didn't, given what has come to light.
The Elder Brain. But, more importantly, the crown that it wore. Even without seeing it for myself, I could sense it. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete. I doubted what I was feeling at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power, the ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but that crown sits on a gargantuan elder brain bent on destroying us and everything we hold. We need to learn more about what we saw. As luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep. Sorcerer's Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can. Ha! Sorcerer's Sundries is no mere trading post. It's been serving the arcane community for centuries. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
At least Shadowheart is armed with the truth now. May its keen edge draw forth whatever vengeance she desires.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. And we are no closer to knowing why that bastard is so obsessed with getting me back. To tell you the truth, I don't know whether we can defeat Cazador. Not unless we can figure out more about what he's plotting. I think we should track down my fellow Spawn. I'm not exactly looking forward to a reunion, but perhaps they'll know something. If we can find them, we can force them to tell us what he's been doing since I was gone. And honestly, I imagine they'll be coming for me in the night if I don't. Unless Cazador has changed their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk. So, and here I was, worried I'd be the only one.
Looking forward to a bit of rest, if I'm honest. It's been a long century.
Be gone, friend. I have a darling to adore. The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. Will you liberate them from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes? You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
The reckoning is upon us! The city thirsts for domination. March! Join
You're under attack. Help me.
Well, well. Look what we have here.
Die, you little harborer!
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
Time to press ahead.
Scum! That's a cat!
Victory awaits.
Istavki! Morpheus!
Come quickly. I can't do this without you.
At the ready.
I'm ready. Victory awaits. we will all become thralls.
That orb is about to erupt!
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
A welcome rest.
Don't burn yourself.
Eager for battle. Onward.
Come on, can't stay idle. Time for some bloody work.
Let's go. The hammer's gonna fall.
I will ascend.
You will be cleansed. Heading there.
Never a dull moment. Try me.
This is gonna feel good.
It's not over. Come to the skull. Hurry. I can't hold them back alone. I need you, now.
Come to the skull. It's not over. Come to the skull. Help me! It's not over. Come to the skull.
Before you do anything, I am your ally. We are in danger.
Oh, shit. A mind flayer.
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me. You saved a child from a viper, back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Soul from her soul cage. You let me live last time you were here, though it brought Blackheath's wrath upon you. I told you about my room in the Elsong Tavern, that night when you held me. I was vulnerable. You comforted me. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a mind flayer, should be all the proof you need. Now, help me. The God. Destroy the God. They prevent me from subduing their master. Do it now!
Aid an illicit against Githyanki. We cannot. We must not!
Your blind loyalty will be your undoing, Lae'zel. Fight with me, for your own survival. Together, we can turn the tide.
Goodbye.
Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
Destroy the honor guard.
For my princess!
Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer, yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
It's obscene. To owe my life to a damned geich. No more lies, no more tricks. I will have answers!
You grew attached to a mere disguise, but you judge without even knowing me. I was someone once, someone just like you. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them. Rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield. The largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence. Though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while. Until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call me Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become. Indeed, his hubris knows no bounds. To enslave me, that was his nature. But to enslave an Elder Brain, a questionable decision. I shall look forward to sharing his downfall with you. Rather than potential future allies, like you. We fought to tame Prince Orpheus, the son of Gith herself.
Orpheus? Impossible. He was slain by Jastil Kithrak himself.
Quite possible, I assure you. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive-mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus, his mother, to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Vlaakith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Vlaakith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control. No. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve retrieve the astral prison. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt it change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You. Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some Githyanki still revere him, in defiance of their teachings. Blackith was safe as long as they believed him to be dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive.
I don't understand. The histories claim the prince was burned to ash in the skies.
Your histories are fabrications. The prince was not killed. As you can very well see, he was in prison. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the Githyanki ever find out what she has done, there will be civil war. Blackith will be finished. That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him. And in so doing, you would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion. A pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Lithid, a sworn enemy, just like me. I'm glad you think so. I agree. But there is one thing that you have that I do not. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. Yours continues to limit you. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change. I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent Illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you. You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course, but only partial. You will retain most of your current form, and you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss. The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an Illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not?
Whatever this gig offers is no gift to you.
You continue to surprise me. Your mind is truly something special. Now, hold out your hand. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another. A tadpole, nurtured by the psionic energy of the astral plane, cocooned here for millennia. It has become extraordinary.
The tadpole screams for growth with painful intensity. It has been starved of life, of purpose. It welcomes your probing like a void waiting to be filled. If you let it, it will evolve you, just as the Emperor said. Veins as the tadpole awakens, its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast. The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
You are exquisite. When your allies see what you can do, I hope you encourage them to try it for themselves. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain and bring it under our control.
Out of here, quickly! We'll speak after.
What's inside? Slow down. Better not
The orb hums with cerebral magic, permeable, impenetrable. Within it, the Githyanki prince is as silent as a corpse, but for the murmur of his powers being siphoned away.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something? More likely it would just put a stop to us. I wanted nothing to do with... Do you know what this entails? Well, of course you do. But I don't want that for myself.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. He lives. It is not the Geich visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet. Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale, long ago, when we rose up against our Geich slavers, Mother Gith made for the... Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons, the first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people now call... Yes. Our current queen, but it was the first. Orpheus was... It was Kithrak Voss himself. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us. So should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlaak... We meet Voss in the city, and we obtain the key to freeing... Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus... One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. If the Githyanki are to be free... What about him? The historical slates describe Orpheus as a fearsome, so mad with power, he'd smash and glowing with such psionic lies, of course. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. So the Emperor may be low. Orpheus can disrupt a Geich. Why destroy a weapon like that, when you can contain it in a relic and keep it for yourself? A weapon is only an asset for as long as it isn't pointed at you. The means of... To have Orpheus killed than to risk his escape. Better to risk the rise of Illithids than let the Prince of the Comet deny her the godhood she craves. Orpheus is honor guard, loyal to the end. Trapped by Vlaakith in the same prism holding their noble prince, fruitlessly hacking at the sphere that contains him. They see us as Geich, tadpoled husks in the Emperor's thrall. I regret their deaths, but I pledge to live as they perished, in the service of gifts, son. Very well. It also promises to break us beyond repair. This ossified parasite does not make us more, but less. Do you not feel the cold where once there was heat? The void where your soul once resided? I know. And I won't. I'm listening. You are Jacques. I had the audacity. In so doing, you...
Jetzt weiß ich nicht, was ich da gemacht habe. Das war jetzt alles ein bisschen überfordernd. Aber ich werde jetzt dann eh bald einmal aufhören müssen. Das werden sie wohl bald einmal kommen. Ja, da können sie jederzeit kommen. Ja, was die fangen ja unten an. Ja.
I can keep going a little longer now. Hm.
So, jetzt kann ich mich ja komplett zurballern. Ich glaube, ich habe so viel Laufen, dass ich mir Hirn voll machen kann. Da. Ah, das soll ich schon automatisch fliegen, gell? Dann klatschen wir das Hirn voll. Scheiße, geht's nicht aus. Ans.
Copper for your thoughts? He got his claws into me early. I was a wild kid, brawling my way through the city. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemies. Seemed like easy money, so I went in for it. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I like that. Not like that, you know. Just... it felt like a good fit. I kept him safe and he paid me well. Well enough to move into a better neighborhood and put something away for the future. My future. I respected him, trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in my hands and I took that seriously. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone down until it was over. One minute I was in Baldur's Gate, a happy, healthy, not quite kid. The next, I was burning up in Avernus with an engine for a heart. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She'd wanted to test her new machine, and he said I'd be able to handle it. He was right. Sometimes I wish he weren't.
Boah, die Hund hat Redebedarf.
Evil, evil bastard.
Junge.
Hey, soldier. You really did it, huh? Not worried about adding more illithid into the mix? Well, what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, seem fine. And yet, you're more mind flayer than ever. Hope you don't expect me to follow your lead in this. Good. And you know, keep an eye on yourself. If you start feeling loopy, shout. We don't know what these tadpoles are capable of.
So, was muss ich denn jetzt tun? Noch einmal schlafen gehen oder was? Ah ja, ich bin ja angegriffen worden. Schattenherz so Tor gefärbt oder was?
Be honest. What do you think of the new look?
Die Hund hat sich einfach umgestellt.
Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now.
Digga. Ja, weil sie jetzt an der in Licht folgt, nehmen wir den Schatten. Wie krass habe ich jetzt gespoilert? Ich hab gedacht, ihr selbst da schon. Ja, die ist bei euch abgehört, dann wird sie das ja nicht erfahren. Ich hab sie davon überzeugt, dass diese Lune, die Schattending, dass das nicht richtig ist jetzt. Und jetzt hat sie die Wahrheit erfahren und jetzt ist sie nicht mehr auf der Schatten. Da gibt es ja die Göttin von die Schatten, von der Nacht und von Tag. Jetzt ist sie halt eine Anhängerin vom Licht. Ja, aber in Baldurs Gate war sie ja schon, oder nicht? Der Hannes hat ja schon die so schön ausgeschaut wie meiner jetzt. Okay. Ja, dann müssen die jetzt auch
Be
sein.
gone, friend. I have a darling to adore.
We must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves, and take their nether stones.
Waiting for my return. We should do what we can to find them.
Ja, das ist
What
die
they know
Vorstadt,
could
da
help
bin ich
us.
jetzt. Was hat die jetzt gelabert? Super. so besser ist weg gewesen. Boah, jetzt wird sicher überfordernd wieder. Ist immer grausig, so ein neues Gebiet. Ja,
Excuse me,
fix.
I can't find my mum.
Das ist dein Problem, Kind, verschwinde. Die Stadt wird grausig, gell?
Jenna, and my cat is Grub. He's shy. I'm not. My mum is called Emery. She went to go get some herbs for her spots. She was sick, and she was supposed to come back the same day. That was last 10 day, though. Wow. Thanks. My mum would like this. She's the best cook in the world. And she taught me, too. I'll look for her. I think she'll probably come soon. Thanks a lot.
Nearly there now. You can see the city.
Might be useful.
Up on the hill.
That's why we need to walk just
Ah, halt die Fresse.
I know, little, but you'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
You have anything you want for supper.
What's wrong with that? This one time.
Ah, mit den Flüchtlingen kann man nicht interagieren oder was?
Start walking right now.
Das ist aber komisch jetzt im letzten Akt, dass da auf einmal NPCs sind, mit denen du nicht einmal kurz reden kannst.
Nearly there now. You can see the city. Up on the hill.
I see it. It's up there and we're down here.
That's why we need to walk just a little more. 1 foot in front.
Do you know where we're going? What kind of inn is it? Will there be feather beds?
Nearly there now. You can see the city.
Ja, die soll arg sein.
It's up there and we're down here.
That's why we need
Ich muss da mal denken, jetzt habe ich 200 Stunden im Baldurs geht und das war noch nie im Baldurs geht.
I know, little one, but you'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
And you'll have anything you want for supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
Never allowed sweet things right before bed.
We told our son that this is a holiday to spare him the truth. We don't have homes to go back to.
Can't talk. I'm sorry. The little one needs all my attention.
Alter, ich bin
Nearly
echt...
there now. You can see the city. Up on the hill.
I see it. It's up there and we're down here.
That's why
Okay,
we
die
need to
gehen halt
walk
immer
just
damit
a
sie ein
little
bisschen
more. 1 foot
voller
in front of
machen.
the other.
You've been saying that for days. My feet hurt.
I know, little.
Ah, halt die
You'll
Fresse.
be in a big,
Oh.
cozy bed soon enough.
And you'll have anything you want for supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
Turn back, citizen. No passage in this direction. It's bloodier than a butcher's backyard out there. Piles of dead absolutists, and a few of our own as well. The cultists assaulted the gate, armed to the teeth trying to break in.
They nearly had it too, before the Steel Watch intervened. A little more than that. You'll see for yourself soon enough if you head to the city. I appreciate the company.
All the treats your tummy can handle.
I'm never allowed sweet things right before bed.
Sometime we'll make an exception. As long as you stop sulking, walking right now. Up on the hill.
What do we have here?
Na.
All the treats your tummy can
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
No passage this way, I'm afraid. Turn back. It's for your own good. Did you not hear what I said? Turn back.
Into the shadows. Steady hand is needed.
Cozy bed soon enough.
You have everything you want for supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Make an exception. As long as you stop sulking and start walking right now.
What are you calling this new business? If I hire the refugees, then I get cheap labor and they get coin. It's a good deal for everyone.
If my friend tries to get you to invest, kindly turn her down. She doesn't need the encouragement.
Think about it. There's
But
some
you'll be in a
no
big,
point and nothing to do.
cozy bed soon enough.
Stay back.
Stay back.
Amicus animus.
Do try the grass, should it take your fancy. Such sweetness should be shared.
I'm not paid to talk. If you want something, speak to Zenobia.
Nearly there now. You see the city? If you on the hill.
The place was empty. Keep those thugs away from my family.
Denuvia! Get these spotters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards, not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
I just want to remove these unlawful interlopers from my property. them stay here? What if the little brat gets into the basement? My basement? Oh, nothing interesting, just materials. I'm a craftsman, you see.
This man is definitely lying. And he's really hoping you don't pry any further.
Look, I have some very valuable components in there. I need to get that lot out before they
Da hat's
damage
Reden
something.
schon im Gang. Was die wie das halt. Richtig bedrohlich. Müssen wir mal einen Pullover anziehen.
Who do you think you are? Zenobia? People are lining up to break into my property. Do something about it.
You paid us to protect you and your high-quality merchandise on the road. And we've since arrived at our destination. As I said, anything else is extra.
Ugh. This is the last time I hire someone from the guild. Fine. Here's the extra. Finish the job. Now, please show this meddler some of that famous Rivington hospitality.
Ja, sicher. Ich will da jetzt nicht gleich einen Streit anfachen. Ne, egal. So hat sich das entschieden. Ich werde trotzdem jetzt einmal kurz aufhören. Der kann die Herzungsleute können jetzt jederzeit kommen und da mag ich jetzt nicht zocken. Hol ich lieber, wenn sie leiten oder klopfen. Ja, schaut aber.